Today we're going to be looking at the Clever Dripper, this little device here. It is the least expensive piece of equipment that we have for sale at Steampunk. It's £25 retail and worth every penny. It's very light, it's very durable, it's easy to transport, and the most beautiful, it's extremely consistent and very, very easy to use. It requires very little technique, unlike other methods like pour-overs. It's basically a steeping device, a bit like a cafetiere, but it is something of a hybrid. We put water in here, we put coffee grounds in here, there's a little filter in there as well, and we allow it to steep for about 2 minutes. We then give it a little gentle stir, maybe leave it for another 30 seconds, and then there's a magic little device on the bottom which pushes up and releases the steeped liquid. If you pop it on top of a mug or a jug like this one, the coffee drips perfectly through into the jug. You also need filters for this one, so you pop a little filter in here. We're using the Filtropa size 4 filters, which you'll find for sale at Steampunk. Technique-wise, it's really a very simple operation. Take a filter, fold along the long edge, then the bottom edge, and then pop it into the device. I've got one in here already. It's a nice idea to give it a quick rinse out with the kettle just to get rid of the papery taste. Somewhat unusually, you would expect perhaps to add the coffee grounds into the dripper and then add the water. For some reason with the Clever Dripper, it's been found that adding the water first makes the drip down time a lot faster and the extraction of the coffee seems to be a bit more effective. As usual, I'm recommending that you use some scales to keep a track of your brew. So in this instance, the ratio is very similar to what you would use for a cafetiere or for an AeroPress. So about 60 grams of coffee to a litre of water. So translating that to what we're going to make today, I'm going to use about 300 mils of water to 18 grams of ground coffee. And the coffee is ground medium fine, similar to what you would use for a mocha pot or for an AeroPress. So first of all, we add 300 mils of water, 300 grams. There we go. And now we're adding the coffee grounds. Just simply tap it in. Once you've got it all in, then just take a spoon of any kind and gently stir it in so that the dry coffee is all in contact with the water. You don't have any dry bits floating around. You don't need a special stirring technique, you just need to make sure that the grounds get nice and wet. And then we're going to leave that to steep for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes steeping, you want to give the coffee a gentle stir just to make sure that the grounds aren't sticking to the filter and you get a nice flat even bed at the bottom of it. About 30 seconds should give you enough time to allow any grounds that are floating about still to sink down to the bottom. 2 minutes 30, just take the dripper, pop it on top of your mug, or pop it on top of a flask I've got here. The little magic device just pops up and the coffee comes pouring through. That's taken about 1 minute 30 seconds to pour through. You can see we've got a nice even bed of coffee grounds in the bottom, and you're ready to rock. So it's a very straightforward way to make very delicious coffee. I don't really understand the science behind it. With something like a V60 pour over or any other kind of pour over, you really need to concentrate on how you pour your water. With this, the water goes in, the coffee goes in, the dripper does the rest. It tastes consistently excellent without any additional skills required.